Hi, and welcome back to my channel. Do I say who I am anymore? I don't, do I?
Hi, this is Terri. Welcome back to my channel.
Oh, okay. I've already forgotten.
I'm gonna keep that in.
Hi, this is Terri. Welcome back to my channel. I've been doing this since the beginning of January, and I've already forgotten how I start the conversation.
Congratulations.
Yeah, well, maybe it's because we are on day 46 of sheltering in place.
It's day way too many.
Day way too many. And, you know, I've talked, you know, there were a bunch of them where I started with, it's been a doozy of a week. And this week it was so much fun that I went on strike within my household. I'm not the only one who's done this lately based on conversations that I've had with friends, either on the phone or on virtual calls, over text, or even just out on social media. A lot of moms that I know are just done. That doesn't mean that dads aren't, that doesn't mean that other people aren't, but I just do know that a lot of moms are calling their kids fuckheads right now and contemplating divorce. And the funny, not so funny thing about that is Erin Levine, who's the founder CEO of a company called HelloDivorce, posted something about if you're already contemplating divorce before the quarantine, or if you were going through the process, you can still go through it. But if your relationship is just hitting some rough times, you're not alone, and you don't necessarily have to throw your entire relationship or family out the window. Although I know, based on a couple of conversations, that a number of us are pretty much ready to do just that. And I do want to add in there, I recognize my privilege in all of this. I'm still working, still have a lot going on. We are all healthy, we are all safe. I have, you know, other people in the household who can do other things, whether they choose to do them or not, with or without prompting. That's a whole separate other conversation. But I do recognize that I'm incredibly privileged right now. And so I don't mean to make light of this overall situation. But, you know, at the same time, and I think I've mentioned this before, Brene Brown talks about comparative suffering. And when we are suffering, just because other big stuff's going on in the world, we can acknowledge all of that and still feel shitty at the same time. And so this was, this has been kind of a rough week. We are sheltering in place through the end of May here in San Mateo County, where we live. And even though some things are starting to open up on May 4th, not very much is opening up. And we're still being encouraged to, you know, keep to ourselves, et cetera. And so I think kind of had a come to Jesus conversation with my husband about workload, whether it's the emotional workload, the logistics workload, appreciation for all that, or lack thereof, for all that I've been doing, and splitting this a little bit differently. We had a conversation, we've continued to have conversations all week. And the other thing one of the good things that came out of it is we're spending a little bit more time together. We started watching the show Mrs. America. It's out on Hulu. I highly recommend it. And that comes out, we're able to see it every Thursday. And if you, maybe you can see it on Wednesday, maybe we don't, I don't even know why we watch it on Thursday. And then there's another show that my friend Morgan turned me on to called I'm Sorry, out on Netflix. And while the pilot and the first episode were a little rough, we're now actually making time to spend, you know, 20-25 minutes together during the day and watching that. And that's good quality time for us, because before it really had kind of like he'd kind of absorbed into himself, and now he's, you know, focusing less on me and focusing on we, which is working better for us in our relationship and in our household. So I think Ray's probably been hiding in their room most of the week for a number of different reasons. And Adam and Sophie were always hiding in their rooms, and I'm just ignoring them. I'm just not even, you know, Adam's probably the biggest fuckhead in the household right now. And I'm not sure that's going to change for a, you know, privileged 19-year-old boy. So any thoughts on that, Ray?
I am staying out of this. Yeah.
So anyway, if you're struggling, if you're questioning some of your life choices right now, just know that you're not alone. I hope you can reach out to friends. I hope you can feel supported by others. Maybe it helps a little bit to know that you're not alone in going through this. Maybe not a lot. Which reminds me, my friend Jessica with Food Foundation, link in the description, released a 4-minute video. We were social distancing around the fire pit and had talked about doing healthier cocktail options. And so she's calling it #HHH, which is a healthier happy hour. And today she released a video, and her husband is kind of producing a cameraman kind of thing. And so, they're much more polished than, our casual videos here. Anyway, it's for a tequila sunrise with freshly squeezed blood oranges, freshly squeezed oranges, and freshly squeezed lemon juice instead of like grenadine. And then also using good tequila, stuff that you would sip so that you don't end up feeling like crap the next day, depending upon how many you have. So you can get some vitamin C and,
it's always a good idea to prevent scurvy.
Because that's what we're most concerned about is scurvy.
Yeah, obviously.
And maybe shake up your drink options. Part of me is actually kind of sick and tired of drinking, but part of me is like, I'm not giving up drinking, kind of because of what I talked about at the beginning of this conversation about, dealing with the members of my family and the stress of everything else. So just trying to shake it up. Now that it's a little bit warmer, I moved to rosé last night, but today may be a tequila sunrise kind of a day. And it's healthy. Jessica said so. And Jessica, don't get mad at me for that one. So anyway, I think it's kind of fun to shake it up. I've been watching her videos on YouTube. She's been doing some yoga videos as well, and Ray and I have enjoyed those. Especially, I think Mondays was the orange hips, and one of Jessica's favorite words is juicy. But I digress. I have just a few other things that I wanted to talk about today. One of the good things that did come out of my conversation with my husband is he's starting to do some little house projects. And so he worked on the faucet in the kitchen, and now we have a brand new faucet in the kitchen, and we have strong flowing water, which, apparently in the 16 years since we remodeled the kitchen, because we did it when I was pregnant with Ray, and put in that faucet, there was some buildup, and so
it was nasty. Dad showed me. It was kind of hilarious and also kind of sad that we've been dealing with
poor water flow in the kitchen. And I was like, dude, you should be. This is your thing. You should be on top of it. So another thing that's come up is, this is now the beginning of May, and I got my new May Silk & Sonder planner.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Isn't it though? And so I filled out my habit tracker. As you can see, I have not done my yoga or my one brave thing today. And it also got me to go and update my priority planner. And so I've updated through June 30th, essentially. And there are a lot of blank days. It's not to say I don't have stuff to do, but usually I have meetings in the city. I've got all sorts of different things going on, and I keep having to reschedule dental appointments, hair appointment. We had a global entry appointment for Ray. That's been pushed to August. Thank goodness we're not going on this trip, because I would have paid for something and not actually used it. We just found out today that Ray's classes are over May 29th, a week earlier than anticipated. And Adam finished his classes in like 2 weeks. And so then it's just like, now what? There's, now what? And it's very uncomfortable for me as a planner to not be able to plan anything. And it's one of the things that I'm missing. And I realized this week I had all sorts of things that I was missing and grieving over. And once again, I acknowledge my privilege in being able to do this. But I decided that I was going to create a list in my daily journal that basically says, you've got this shit. And I created a page where I just wrote down things that I miss. And I just got them out there. You know, I miss being able to plan things. I miss not distrusting people. I miss having people in my house. I miss being able to go anywhere when I want to. I miss not being afraid. I miss not being afraid for me. Miss not being afraid for the people that I love. I miss having greater economic security for more people in our community and in our country. I mean, there are just so many different things, and so I put them all down, and it was incredibly therapeutic, because then I was able to go, okay, I can acknowledge all of this. I can recognize that this is making me uncomfortable. And then I decided on the other side to do what do I have now that I didn't before? Or I have the page is blank. I actually haven't gone through and done the exercise because it's been a hard week and I haven't really been in the mind frame to do it. And even though I do my daily gratitudes and I write down what I'm grateful for, this is going to take a little bit, I want to be more intentional about what I write down. And so I'll do that over the weekend. I'll sit outside, maybe with a glass of rosé, and just kind of write down what are the things that I want to keep moving forward, the things that are coming out of this. What do I want to keep? What do I want more of? And do kind of a positive spin on it as we define what we want moving forward, what our new normal is going to be. Then I can use these as an opportunity to kind of, just start working on these. And in taking a look at the things that I miss, I can also make sure that those become good priorities for me on the other side, or as we come out of this and whatever it is. And so I think it was a good exercise for me. What do you think of that exercise?
It sounds like a good way to acknowledge how you're feeling and then also move forward and realize that, yes, it's okay to feel that way. No, that is not the only way you can or have to feel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, to deny what we're feeling, I think, is just going to make this harder. And so, anyway, it's something that worked for me, and I'm adding to it as I'm thinking of it, so it's not like it's done. I still have some room on the page.
She already has 2 pen colors on there.
I do. I'll have to add another. Well, I got these really cool. Yeah, see my cute little pencil pouch? This is and I have really cute gel pens. So, anyway, so I'm using gel pens. I mean, I know this is totally silly, but aren't we like trying to find the little things that make us smile? Which reminds me, our May challenge this month is hashtag Find Your Sunshine. And I'm a little excited about that. And so it's all about finding the things that fill your soul, that make you smile, that just make you feel good. And I think today's was sing in the shower. Tomorrow, I think that's what it was today. I've already forgotten because I schedule them out in advance. I don't always look at them. So are you going to sing in the shower? You already showered.
I already showered today.
Well, tomorrow you can sing in the shower. So Ray, how are you doing?
I'm not doing too bad. I was on a call with some of my friends right before we filmed this, and one of my friends was watching Princess and the Frog.
Oh,
so,
one of your favorite movies.
Oh yeah, we love it. So we were all singing along, but the funny thing is, when you like try to sing along with something that's on the other end of a FaceTime, it comes back in a delay. And so we were all cracking up about how we were all singing it the way, like with what we heard rather than with what was actually playing.
Well, that's
so that was fun.
So, speaking of movies, watched Little Women last night, and I hadn't seen it before, and I enjoyed it, and it made me cry a little bit. I think that's just about it for me. I have a couple calls this afternoon I have to get on, and then 2 virtual happy hours, and so I'll definitely be testing out one of those tequila sunrises. And Ray, anything else that we should be talking about?
Nah, I think we're good.
So thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And remember, take some risks. Let go of perfection. Oh, I gotta do that all over again.
I'm not gonna cut that out.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Remember, take some risks. Let go of perfection. And above all else, have some fun.